Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the expression number 7 reading. Your expression talks about a potential that you have. And so these numbers are kind of like personalities that you can step into to help you throughout life, right? So you have the potential to step into a 7, and that's the energy of being very analytical, right? This is a knowledgeable person, very wise, sometimes a little withdrawn and reserved because they're processing, right? So they're going through this world where everything seems to be moving and going, but sevens take that information, and then go within and decode it all, right? And make sense of things. So sevens, your minds are wicked, okay? Not in a bad way, but like they're fierce. And so, yes, you're also very intuitive, right? You have another sense that kind of kicks in that helps you break down information appropriately and kind of categorize it within self. First card out we have is Sky Father. It says trust in the unknown. All right, now sevens, I think that this could be a challenge for you only because I've already discussed how cerebral you are and all the benefits that gives you. But trusting in something outside of what has always brought you success, your own mind, trusting in something outside of that, when it seems like you're not really able to put together the environment or the space that you're in, or whatever's shifting right now in life, it may not be grounded yet or fluid, and so sometimes that can be a little unnerving. And so first card, it says anything that you can't see and don't know is what you need to trust in, right? And sometimes that's a lot. Next, we have Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Sometimes this energy gives me the kind of fake it till you make it, right? Even when you can't master your surroundings, what you can master is your approach, your response, your energy, And so I feel like Spirit is saying, control what you can, and that's you. That's how you show up to situations, especially those that challenge you in some way, but a challenge is just another form of strengthening. Then we have Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Transform and unveil your gifts. And so I think if you can respond to whatever these shifts are in a way that's really controlled and just, graceful, I think by doing that, you will start to realize that you actually possess that. That is a gift of yours, to be able to shift and become this chameleon. No matter what life throws at you. I think that you may know this, or you're discovering this about yourself. And then lastly, on the bottom of that deck, we have Stargazer. It says, set your sights higher. And so this is about vision. This is about perspective. This is about expanding and elevating, right? So whatever you can dream right now, dream bigger. Whatever you're hoping for, wishing for, whatever you're wanting to see, create, or establish, set your sights higher. And that's a message that says you don't know how big you are, And so that's beautiful to be reminded that whatever you're shooting for isn't even a reflection of your full potential. Okay? Alrighty. So far in the center of the deck, we have the moon, right? And so this is kind of like the overall energy of the spread, the center card, the moon. The moon talks about information that has not yet surfaced. It could talk about illusions. It could talk about, us misinterpreting a situation. But in general, this is almost a space where, awareness is not yet established. And so we're almost trying to come online and figure things out and discover stuff. Some stuff may be hidden intentionally, by divine design. But, we may have to get out of our brain a little bit until we really understand what we're shifting and changing through. But, this could be what you feel like you're going through. You just kind of feel like you're walking through the night and things are not yet clear. All right. At the bottom of the tarot deck, we have the High Priestess. So this is about all intuition, right? And that is an ability that you have as a seven. You're very introspective, right? And I talked about you having an extra sense that kind of kicks in when you go within to do this inner work. And so the High Priestess says that, maybe you can set your sights higher because you're not accounting for the gift and the abilities that you have, maybe because you're not fully aware of what you possess. So sometimes you have to go through these situations that kind of spin you around, turn you upside down to kind of see what you're made of. And so I feel like this is a form of self-discovery. Um, we do have the world and the star and the moon. So that talks about, three kind of major shifts in our life that you're kind of experiencing or you have the ability to experience. Okay. So above the moon, we have the Three of Wands, and this is about expanding. This is wanting to see ourselves, our passion, our interests. This is us wanting to see a return for our investment, right? We want to expand. We want to put what we love out, and we anticipate a return. Okay. And so, in order for you to do that, in order for you to put self out and bring self back, it takes trust because there are certain things that are just not clear. Right. And so when you are expanding, when you are waiting for things to come in, when you are waiting for confirmation of something, right? When you're trying to track something that you're engaged in and you're just like, it's almost like tracking a package, but they haven't loaded the information yet, right? And so you go, you have the tracking number, you think you're going to find out all the information you need. You push the tracking number, it takes you to a page and, it just says, parcel has yet to be input into the system, try later. I feel like that's the kind of energy that you're in. You're like, where's the package? I need to be able to see what stop, what time, when's it coming. I feel like that's the space we're in. But it's that space that's calling you to trust in the unknown, right? And so that's where the connection with the divine and the relationship comes in spiritually. Um, and so this is the end of a cycle, and you can expect something to come back to you, right? And this cycle closes out something. So you have just completed something. And the newness that is coming in this next go round includes the energy of you as this high priestess, right? This is you being very intuitive. This is you just knowing stuff without knowing how you know it, but when you know, right? Sometimes you don't even have evidence or facts, but this is about you being so confident and secure in that ability that you have to receive information and to use it appropriately. It's that's what you're walking into, and so that is what helps you expand. And when you trust that gift, when you trust in something bigger than self, things take off. We have the energy of the Eight of Wands, right? And so the Eight of Wands is saying that momentum and progress is promised, change, travel is promised. Take advantage of the shift and the swiftness of what's coming. And how can you best take advantage of it? By applying and tapping into your creativity. So that's literally coming alive in life and whatever that means for you. How can you live a life that is authentically you? How can you display yourself? Is it through an art form? Is it through a podcast? Is it through sewing? Like, what is it for? How can you expand yourself from the best version of yourself, your creativity? Alrighty. Now, there does seem to be a situation going on with the heart space because I see emotional healing, right? So we have an aspect, so we have this spiritual thing that's taken off that requires us to input creativity to keep our intuition, going and flowing. Then we have this relationship healing. The relationship healing kind of talks about, we have Four of Wands, we have Moon, we have King of Swords. Okay. So Four of Wands literally can talk about a marriage, a home life, but it just talks about a commitment, something built, something built with responsibility. It's something that you're hoping is around for a while. And whatever that means to you, it's just something important, right? So that's the Four of Wands. Literally, it could be a relationship. But then we move into the situation of Moon. So I feel like maybe there are aspects of this relationship that are a little unclear, or maybe there's something being hidden, something something that's not yet known but will be made known, but it's in certain information that you need in order to move forward to this next closing out a cycle and expanding self, right? So there is some type of relationship thing. So we have the King of Swords, and this talks about, somebody who's really intellectual, rational, calm and clear, non-emotional. They can cut through things. They know when something's BS. They know when something smells fishy. And so this is somebody that really approaches things in full logic. Now, this also can represent a figure, right? So this can be somebody who carries that energy in the society that we're in. So who would that be? That would be like lawyer, judge. It could be a teacher, but these are people who have to prioritize their mind in order to accomplish a task, right? That's the King of Swords. And so how does that connect to this relationship healing that you're going through? So I feel like in everything that is hidden from you and unknown, I feel like that's where you have to apply grace and just be very gentle. But the relationship, the Four of Wands, this is where you need to set your sights higher. So what is taking place in this relationship? What is not yet known? And what do you need to see through? What is the truth? What is the communication? What needs to be brought to light? I am going to read relationship healing. And then we also have emotional healing, right? So I'm just going to say this, sometimes we go through relationships because they help us heal, right? So they're just triggers for us to dig deeper. There's more, we got more work to do, got to dig deeper. And so relationships kind of just, I think about a fish tank. You know how fish tanks look super clean, neat, everything's beautiful, the lights, the rocks, it's glowing, the little trees. Cool. If you stick your hand to the bottom of that fish tank and you just kind of like scratch the surface and kind of like, I don't know, swirl things around, all of a sudden the tank has crap all around. You can't see clear. And so that's what I feel like. Relationships or people, places, and things, experiences are a hand. They're just like digging in the surface of your fish tank to see if you've really cleaned, or is it just an illusion that we've cleaned? And so whatever you had to go through with another really was a trigger or a reflection of a deeper healing that is called for. But this healing was about trusting. So Spirit is saying, listen, trust in your dreams, your abilities, your gifts. If you are going through a healing, if you are recovering, I think you're learning how to walk in your own space again. I think you're learning who you are and how this life needs you, right? But you have to trust in your gifts. You have to trust in your dreams. You have to trust in this life to show up for you. Even if relationships go left, you still have to trust. You still have to set your sights higher, right? We don't fall into believing that our experience is the only one that we'll ever go through and that this is just the end. No, we continue to dream. We realize, oh, this popped up because I needed to clean my tank. And I just need to accept that, move on, heal. And then, we just kind of keep going. We keep going. But there is a period where it seems like you have to step back and you have to take a much needed rest. We do have the Four of Swords here. So the star is about rebirth, regeneration, right? It's about a renewal. Starting again, but with the realization that we have gifts, ability, hope, faith. This is starting over with spirit in mind, but that's something that you had to build to, you had to trust to. And so this much needed rest is why. Why is this happening? Well, because I think you have to rectify the fact that you do have the ability to transform and to shift and to navigate this life in the way that's beautiful. But we tend to not be able to make the choices that are best for our own advancement when emotionally our heart is blocked, right? Every solid choice is a choice that we make with our heart, right? Because it's true. It's us. To our core, it is a choice that reflects all of us. But when we haven't healed emotionally, and when we've forgotten how to dream, when we've forgotten how to have hope and faith, right? When we no longer know how to look at situations rationally, and really ask solid questions, we tend to not be able to make choices that we need to show up for ourselves and make, right? And so it's the emotional healing that puts you that moves you to the Two of Swords, where you understand the energy you need to walk in, right? I need to heal this way so that my relationships can grow this way. And then once my relationships are fluid, my healing is great, I can show up in this life and apply my total self, right? I have this gift and I need to apply it, but I also have to clean the bottom of my tank because I can't be carrying around any extra junk, right? Our heart should be always as light as a feather. And so this is kind of a murky space that you're in, but it'll all work out as long as you prioritize your healing, and the trusting. That's important. I feel like trusting is kind of like taking that step, even if you don't, even if you can't even see what's in front of you. I was hoping I had the book down here. Yes, I do. It's like taking a step, even if there's no visible path ahead. You don't know if you're on a bridge. You don't know where you are, but you just have to take this step. So let's read relationship healing. And we also have emotional healing. Okay, so healing is important because I think that is what frees you in order to really engage with life and kind of do your magic. So it says, if you have attracted this powerful healing card, it signifies that your current relationship is undergoing deep healing and transformation. Things may have been challenging of late. So Morganite has shown up to bless you with its healing rays and to assist you in any healing required for you to move forward in your relationship in a loving and positive way. There are amazing opportunities for personal growth and deeper connection available to you at this time. Open up to and allow the divas to shine their healing light upon you so you can receive this deep awakening of the heart. The divas urge you to hand over your past relationship hurts and old wounds that are no longer serving you. It is time to allow the layers of protection to dissolve and to be open to healing and ease with grace. Be aware that what feels like a crisis can often be a profound catalyst for change. Deep wounds and old patterns may be surfacing in order to provide great opportunities for transformation, change, and renewal, right? So surfacing, that's all the crap at the bottom of the tank. All that stuff is coming up, but this is an opportunity that you can jump on. And it talked about doing it with grace. So you don't have to know where you're going or what you're doing or how to do it. You just know that you are willing, right? And you fake it till you make it. You just control your behavior and let things unfold as it will. It says, let go of self-sabotaging behaviors and you will deepen your wisdom and understanding of relationships. And as you experience this deep personal healing from past relationships and old wounds, you will feel your relationship with yourself deepen and a new light shining in your heart. Know that you are deserving of a loving, divine relationship, and it is now time to truly embody and believe this for yourself. Allow your heart to shine on. All right, I hope that was helpful, Sevens. I do have emotional healing. I'm going to read it. If you are interested, stick around. If not, thank you for being here and take care. All right, it says it's on page 37. All right, let's read it. Oh, where are you? Here we are. Okay, emotional healing. Am I reading that? Whoa, this one is really long. Okay. You have called this powerful card and crystal into your life today as you are embarking on a self-empowering journey of transforming your emotional body and bringing light to those deeper emotions you have within you. If you are going through a challenging time emotionally, the Awakening Diva has arrived to offer you support. It is now time to allow the deep, misunderstood emotions, the wounds, and the traumas to heal at the core of your being as you accept and love these feelings, experiences, traumas, and emotions. You no longer need to push these feelings down inside as your soul is calling you to release this pain and suffering to the love of the universe. Remember that when emotional trauma is occurring or revisiting you, it can be overwhelming and difficult at times. If you are struggling to cope, know that you're not alone and the divas are here to support you through this time of deep healing. As you embark on this sacred healing journey, also remember to be very gentle and kind on yourself and do things that nurture and support your process. You're being called to allow yourself to to surrender and be vulnerable while this healing takes place. As you work with the awakening crystal, you're encouraged to accept and love all the feelings that you have within. Love is the key to this deep healing process. Addictive behavior may also be surfacing as you let go of these old emotions, beliefs, patterns, and illusions about yourself, because these addictions are sometimes what hold or keep the old suppressed emotions and feelings trapped. Trust that you are strong enough to get through this healing time, and know in your heart that you are deserving and ready for this transformation. Allow your heart to open as the medicine of the awakening crystal touches you deeply. Let the tears flow as you embrace this opportunity of transformation and healing in your life. Strength and courage fill every cell of your being as your heart expands in true self-acceptance and love. You could also have pulled this card today to remind yourself that you have already been doing this deep emotional healing for some time. Know that you're gaining more of a balance emotionally in your life. If this is you, give yourself a huge pat on the back and know that you are growing in love, wisdom, and strength each day. All right, you are bigger than you know. Sevens, thank you so much for stopping by, and take care.